The Innovators is brought to you by the Jamaica Yellow Pages, JN Small Business Loans, Future Services International, the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, Manpower and Maintenance Services Limited, and Island Grill. Meet the Innovators, Yannick Page and Gary Matalin. Yannick Page launched her first business at age 17 and knows how to start a business on a shoestring budget. She's a certified trainer in entrepreneurship and workforce innovation and is also the founder of the award-winning company, Future Services International. Gary Matalin is the co-founder and director of New Stone Limited and the co-founder and CEO for Kingston Live Entertainment Group that is responsible for Fiction Lounge, Usain Bolt's Tracks and Records, and Famous Nightclub. This season, they help 10 struggling entrepreneurs to make more money. Remember Nick Abbott?
When I first started this business, I had a vision, which was that my role would be really to be business development, to be moving between clients, and then I'd have staff working for me at each individual client location, doing the day-to-day heavy lifting, building the relationships. And that's the vision. And it's not quite worked out as I expected. And I sort of realised there's one of two problems. Either A, the vision is wrong, or B, my execution is wrong.
So, Nick, let me understand. You have an issue right now with some of your customers wanting you specifically as opposed to some of your training staff that you have within the organization?
To some degree, yeah. That is part of it, and sometimes maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not letting go as much as I should do.
So what's special about your training? What's unique? What is it about what you do that nobody else offers?
The difference is that we're offering a complete solution. I don't think price is a major issue, and one of the challenges is I've signed contracts with companies based on the assumption that I'm not going to do the service delivery, and I ended up doing it, and that's been a problem.
Okay, so Nick has a huge advantage, and it may be controversial, but it's a reality. As a people, we tend to prefer foreigners.
I don't know if I fully agree with that. If
Okay.
Nick came from foreign and was chatting a lot of foolishness, he wouldn't be in anything sustainable. He would not be able to get the traction that he's gotten.
Don't agree.
The white man from England.
They have a distinct advantage. Gary and I are not seeing eye to eye on this one. We are not agreeing. He has a distinct
maybe
advantage.
to get through the door. If your theory is valid, then maybe to get through the door, Yannick.
Gary,
but how is he supposed to
they're-
keep business
Gary,
from some of the largest companies in Jamaica because of where he comes from and what he looks like?
I could go in there and I would be saying the same things that he's saying, and I assure you, he's gonna get a meeting. I can't.
Because of where you come from or how you look, that's not enough to build a business off of. It may get you through the doors, but you need to have substance. All right, you know what I think is important and what concerns me about Nick more than anything else is that Nick believes that his product has to be 100% customized.
Yeah.
And he's not thinking in terms of any form of standardization or anything that can be a formal documented methodology.
Before he does any of that standardization, Gary, the first thing is to listen to the market. But you can't go and create a product until you've spoken to the market and see what they want.
Totally agree.
Yeah. Really where your market is going to be, where you're going to see the growth is in the small and medium-sized companies,
Okay.
and more so the small companies, those with less than 20 employees, right?
Yes.
And in order for you to do that, the first thing you need to do is to not so much say that you have to tailor-make your product, because that's your approach. This is, you're almost very rigid. This is what I need to do, but kind of listen to them and see what they want.
I think that there are things that you do now that can be transferred into more of a template not cookie cutter, but something that is that we can replicate.
You do your training and you are used to physically training. I am suggesting taping those trainings, having them available for sale, and then you will also couple that training with some level of interaction with one of your staff members. And that's the way that we are able to scale what you've created and the value you've created to so many people so that you are able to grow this business.
Nick already has a good business. He's profitable. He wants to carry it to another level. So I think the advice that we give him will help him to reach those goals.
Since appearing on The Innovators, Nick's revenues increased by more than 30%. His customized training packages are expected to launch by the end of year. He hopes that these packages will become the core of his business and primary revenue source by the end of 2015. Wedding consultant Dion approached The Innovators to help her to broaden her business horizons. Let's see how that turned out.
So Dion, welcome. It's good to have you here. Now, I want you to explain to me a bit more about how this business works, because just listening to what you say it just sounds like an event and not a business.
What has happened is that I started because I wanted to see this event happen. And now that it has happened, I'm realizing that where's the business side of it? I could be doing more wedding planning, but oftentimes when I'm contacted by a bride, I'm always just so helpful.
My problem is you need to sell. You're not gonna make money being nice. You know what I mean? Nice can't eat.
Dion needs a good plan. We're helping her prepare that plan. If she follows a plan, executes it, I think she can do well. She has a great attitude and she looks like she really wants it.
Since the episode has aired, my phone has been ringing off the hook. I've been getting so many more leads. Persons have been calling me, congratulating me, saying they like the concept of the business, that sort of thing. And then we've gotten a lot of interested brides. So persons are familiar now with the brand. Our Facebook page, the fan base has increased. And I'm just getting a lot of calls since the episode aired.
What advice stood out to you this season? Let us know on Twitter @TheInnovatorsJA and on Facebook at www.facebook.com/TheInnovatorsTV. This segment was brought to you by the Jamaica Yellow Pages. What will you discover today?
So a lot of businesses start with having a great idea, and that's great. But what's important is for you to understand the market that you're going into.
When you're a small business owner in a dominated industry, it becomes even more important for you to separate yourself from the current major players in the market.
As an entrepreneur, it's important to remember that you are your brand. In most cases, you're your biggest brand ambassador.
This segment is brought to you by JN Small Business Loans, believing in you. Hat designer extraordinaire Carl Brown also had problems within his business. Let's see what the Innovators had to say about this.
Explain to me, how the business works.
Well, the hats are not done wholesale. They're not like mass produced, but specifically tailored to suit the customer. Khalil's Hatitude produce anything for the head. Well, the hats range from as low as $4,500 and max $15,000.
So if I call you today and I'm like, Carl, I need a hat, I'm gonna get a rapid response. I'm going to get great customer service and I'm gonna get a fast turnaround.
Yeah.
Forgive my boldness, but are you single?
Why?
Well, I kind of like you. You have a nice vibe about you.
Do you know me?
No, I don't know you.
Let's see what hot first.
I found it funny from day one. When I hung up the phone, I almost hit the floor, rolling like, really? Does she really want a hat? Or she really looking somebody? You know what I mean? But it was funny, and it happens. When they meet you and realize the fine specimen that I am, it happens.
think first and foremost, you need to understand that right now you are the limitation in that equation. I think you, by doing everything yourself, it just makes it absolutely impossible for you to grow the business to any scale right now. You're only able to do so many designs per week. You're only able to manufacture so many hats per week, and when we put all of that together, it doesn't make for a really sizable business. So we want to rethink the way that your model is structured right now at this point in time.
So we're suggesting a fundamental change. Your business all along has been made to order, and our view is that that is not sustainable. You can do it, but you'll stay small forever, and you won't realize your potential. So the way to fix that is that you need to start standardizing some hats that you can have other people make, that you don't have to be constantly designing, and that you can really focus on moving volume.
Since appearing on The Innovators, Carl increased his profits by 50%. He has extended his customer base not only locally but internationally. He's currently touring the United States promoting his Church Flow line. Remember public relations rep Telisa Taylor?
My name is Telisa Taylor. I'm the CEO for Tailor Made Events and PR Management. Basically what we do is we promote a particular individual. It can be an individual, it can be a company. At present, my company concentrates a lot on artists, but we do venture into businesses as well.
Telisa, welcome.
Thank you.
So listen, I'm going to jump right in. First and foremost, I want you to explain your business model to me. I understand you have different revenue streams. Explain to me, how does it work?
Well, we do public relations. Our clientele are mainly artists, and we also do for bands, other musicians as well. In addition to that, we do event planning and execution. So we do different aspects of events. We don't do weddings, however, but we do other events, and we do public relations for artists.
Do you have targets every month for what you need to earn and what you expect to spend on?
Mind you, this is all in my head.
Okay.
So it's not a situation.
Stop right there. That can't work. Because that is a very poor system. That is no system. You are so cavalier about this that it is frightening to me. It is like, you're laughing and I'm scared.
Without a proper structure and without some proper planning, it's going to be very difficult to know whether she's doing well or she's not doing well, because at this point in time, it's kind of just whatever happens, happens.
Telisa, we love your personality. Let me just start there. You're so bubbly, you're always smiling, and that kind of energy is really attractive. It's great. But a business person, you are not. And that's where we have a problem. And so we are going to recommend that you do a little bit of business training right off the bat.
Telisa's just going through the motions. She has some natural abilities, but she needs structure. She needs to establish what she's doing as a business, and that hasn't happened yet. Why not drive your own events as a means to kind of have more planned revenues, as opposed to really waiting on an engagement? Because if you're as good as you are, you can plan and execute an event and generate money out of it.
You need to have, targets every month. You need to know what is going to come in, what will go out, how much cash do you need, and that's essential for planning.
The feedback that I received after my episode aired on The Innovator was just overwhelming. I received so much calls. My battery literally died the very same time the episode was going on. And I found that a lot of persons were calling in, just giving me great feedback. I guess, I just felt so overwhelmed. I even started to cry. I was like, this is amazing. This is just wonderful. And I think the greatest part of it was just to have friends and family calling in just to say that they're proud of you. And that's one of the things that was just amazing. And I also got a lot of potential clients calling in. So that in itself was great.
We took to the streets to find out what our loyal viewers thought about Season 4 of The Innovators. Take a look.
What I like about the Innovators is I like Yannick, I like Gary. It's a very informative program and it's very educational. At least it teach you something about your business, allow you to learn something about your business and make money.
Well, honestly, I like what Yannick Page is doing in that she's helping persons who aspire to become entrepreneurs, as well as, those persons who have businesses, they want to actually better themselves. I think it's a good thing and she should continue to do it.
It's a very good program. It's an excellent program. And at the end of it, everybody get exposure, the business get expanded. So for me, it's a thumbs up.
For me as a person, I really learn a lot from the show, as it tells me that an idea doesn't have to be an idea, but something that I can bring forward and make money or make a living from.
As a student, I appreciate what Yannick is doing, by motivating young people with fresh ideas to just pursue their ideas, that we don't really have to have the normal everyday job of being a lawyer or a doctor and so on. Whatever we like, whatever our passions are, she motivates us to just pursue what it is that, or market or make a profit off of what it is that we ourselves like to do.
I myself would like to go on it in the future. Yes, so it really motivates me and let me understand the different ways in which I can build my business in the future. So I really give it a thumbs up.
Who was your favorite assignment? Let us know on Twitter at The Innovators JA and on Facebook at www.facebook.com/TheInnovatorsTV. This segment was brought to you by JN Small Business Loans. Believing in you. This segment is brought to you by Future Services International. Putting money in your pockets and justice in your hearts. Water vendor Curtis Riddell made more than a splash with his episode this season. Why? Take a look.
What I really like from the Innovators show is an extra pair of eyes, to help me with my business, probably teach me to do things a better way or a more efficient way, a more productive way, and also to help me with marketing, help me to get out there more, help me to show, the Jamaican people that there's another brand of water out there that is coming and it's strong and we'll be here for a long time, and that's basically it.
So how does the vending machine work? Somebody brings their bottle to the vending machine.
Yes.
The vending machine fills it, they pay the machine.
Right.
Fills the bottle and they leave with their full bottle.
Right.
And what's the cost savings to them for that approach?
Machine charge is $280.
$280, the vending machine.
Right. The average cost for water is about $420.
If your strategy is to saturate the market, you're going to go in there, you're going to ensure that all of the desirable spaces are taken. You have to do that now. You can't do that later, and it can be done organically. You're going to need
pretty fast as a
significant amount of financing.
Sooner or later this year, a lot of things are going to come out. I can't reveal all that information.
Okay, but here is the thing.
But it's difficult for us to help you then.
Yeah,
how are we supposed to help you with it? Because the information you've given us right now is, to me, a big, big, big concern.
You know what? Curtis is stubborn. He's not even listening. He's not giving us a chance. I can't even finish my point. I'm concerned for you. And I think that you're being a little bit stubborn almost to a fault. Get the machines that you have in Jamaica working first, and then you bring in other machines. You are gonna lose your shirt if you are not listening.
It's not about me being stubborn. It's about me sitting at home doing a whole heap of research, knowing if this can work or if it can't work, or about how am I going to execute it. Is it possible for me to tell you all of this information? No, it's not.
I'm at a loss. The information doesn't add up. When I ask questions about the information not adding up, I get that why he can't disclose everything that he needs to disclose. I don't understand how I'm supposed to help at that point in time.
When Yannick said I was the most stubborn, it did hit a little nerve. But this is the thing. I know my business and I know what I'm about. So if stubborn is the way she sees it, then there's nothing I can do about that.
Since appearing on The Innovators, Curtis water vending machines were off the market for some time due to servicing. As a result, his business is still breaking even. He's currently planning the launch of a new product that will be released in 2015.
I'm really happy to be here because finally I get to meet Yannick, who I admire so much, and I'm going to get to meet Mr. Matalin, who I have so much respect for, and I know they're going to put Growing Minds on the right path, and we're going to become a household name, a school name, and we're finally going to be successful.
Tell me first and foremost, tell me a bit about the business. How does the business work? How do you make money? What is it that you're actually doing? What are you selling?
I'm very biased to early childhood because I think if we do have a nice early childhood foundation, that's what we build on. So this store is pro early childhood. How we make money, I import everything. And customs is a problem, but it's easy. I've mastered it now. We sell to all the schools in Kingston. We do not market outside of Kingston. Whoever knows about this store, it's word of mouth.
What percentage of your revenues are you making around back to school time, July, August?
I'd say probably 60%. In July and in August to September.
And then the remainder is made
spread out
throughout the year?
It's spread out.
Are you in the business full time?
I must be honest with you, I have really neglected it for 4 years.
Listen, you go through the trouble of setting up a business and you're going out there to make money. Don't leave all of that money on the table. Go after all of it.
So let me be clear. Right now, you guys aren't very profitable. You're breaking even.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. But then I hear that you're giving away a lot of stuff.
Who said that?
If you come here and you don't have the money, you get your goods and you come back and pay.
If a teacher comes in and she doesn't have enough money, I will never say you can't have the stuff. I think the passion for education seems to overweigh the profits of the business.
Passion does not make money.
Sometimes customers are gone with hundreds and $1,000s worth of products.
I can't seem to differentiate between being kind and doing business.
We have to now be going into our own pockets to put back products into the store because we're just not making enough profit from the business.
How open-minded are you?
Very.
Okay, Gary and I have come up with a very radical solution for you, and we think you need to close your store. I am relieved that they were not upset, that they were open-minded. We think you need to operate what is called a pop-up shop, which is the pop-up model, where you, for the peak season, August, and we're going to stretch it to July, you operate a store. And then after that, your store is virtual. You are being lean, you're being mean, you are able to not only service Kingston where you are now, but you can move right across the island.
Yannick and Gary ordered the dynamic duo Salary and Lily to close their business. Let's see if they took their advice.
Persons were shocked, as we were, when Yannick and Gary told us that we were supposed to close the store. They just couldn't understand why, but they were very excited about the pop-up model that Yannick and Gary had suggested. So we were glad that we were able to find even ground and move along from there. Since the show, our phone lines have just been going off. Our Facebook page has just been blowing up. Somebody from Cayman contacted us trying to see how they could get the goods all the way over there. So we have to figure out how to do shipping out of Ireland. And we're really excited about that, knowing that everybody in Jamaica now knows that we exist and we're here to offer them service.
4 lucky viewers also got the opportunity to be mentored by Gary and Yannick over lunch at Traction Records courtesy of the Jamaica Yellow Pages. We've seen 10 amazing and inspirational assignments this season, and $250,000 is up for grabs for the business with the most positive changes. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The winner of $250,000 courtesy of JN Small Business Loans is...
Surprise! Seriously? Thank you very much. Oh my God.
While there were 10 great assignments, Dion stood up because she was committed. She took the advice of Yannick and Gary and she implemented that in her business. On top of that, Dion is using a JN group to expand her business. She's networking. And that is what JN Small Business is about. We're about innovation, we're about entrepreneurship. And once again, Dion, congratulations. And remember, JN Small Business believe in you.
Congrats, Dion. That's it for this season. Special thanks to our amazing sponsors and hard-working production team that made the show possible. Thanks for watching. The boardroom table and chairs were provided by the Corporate Interiors International Limited. We sell solutions, not just furniture. Gary's wardrobe was provided by Max Brown Limited. For further information on any of our assignments, please visit us at facebook.com/innovatorstv or email us at innovatorstv@gmail.com. The Innovators was brought to you by the Jamaica Yellow Pages, JN Small Business Loans, and Future Services International.